Hello folks, Jose with Own Boats and Travel, bringing you another walkthrough, this time of a beautiful 2005 Catalina 36. This is my month of the clean boat. This boat is no exception. Super clean, well maintained. This is a ready to go boat. I think you'll enjoy it. Please watch the video for the full length, in-depth look at the boat. And with that, let's get started. Catalina 36 comes equipped with a single anchor roller. We have a furling head sail, very large anchor locker with a windlass, plenty of room for 2 anchors. You can probably get a divider installed and separate the lockers. You can keep 2 anchors here. Your windlass and your windlass control are mounted here. That little hatch you see on the front, it gives you access to the bolts on the forward spread. As we look aft, you can see we have plenty of hatches for lighting and ventilation. You have wide weather decks on both sides, and your shrouds are installed inboard, which clears the deck for safe passage forward and aft on the forward deck. As we turn around and look forward, you can see the width of the decks, and it's everything clear, gives you great visibility. The bow has plenty of room for a couple of bean bags, a chair to sit down and enjoy the sunsets or a cocktail at night. And the width of the weather deck is carried aft. So it makes it very safe to get forward and aft on the boat. As we come to the mast, is a single spreader system. It's deck mounted with a compression post. You have a stiff boom bang, inmast roller furling main. All your lines are led aft. We have a very nice guard Howard Traveler. And this is the other side of the deck. You have your head sail track to adjust, the angle on your sail. And we have a beautiful cockpit. Beautiful Catalina 36 comes with davits, a very nice sugar scoop with a ladder for boarding after going for a fresh swim. You have 2 short power 30 amp connections. You have the base for your dinghy motor and a full-size cockpit. This beautiful boat comes equipped with a nice dodger and bimini, and it has the covers to protect the isinglass when not in use. Starting aft, we have a removable bench seat that can be taken out and put away and gives you clear passage out to the sugar scoop to go swimming. There is a rinse shower underneath the bench seat. There's aft lockers on the lazarette. They're substantial. Plenty of room on both sides. And we have our propane locker. Stern rail has cup holders and bench seats. As we turn around, we have another locker under the seat. And in Catalina style, we have a hatch on this side for egress out of the aft cabin. You have a full suite of electronics, chart plotter, Raymarine wind depth and speed indicator, your autopilot. Have a very nice compass, and you have a Lumar folding wheel. So we look down, we have all of our engine controls. So very nice organized. You have the split shifter system, so you have forward, forward and aft here, and your throttle on this side. Everything is neatly mounted, and it provides great visibility when everything is open here. You have great visibility forward and aft. The cockpit comes equipped with set of cup holders. You have a nice storage locker, and you have a folding table. So the sleeves will open up and it create a wonderful sitting area for probably 6 or 7 people. Giving you the view from a perspective of somebody sitting on one of the aft rails, this is what you would see if you were sailing today. So sitting as a passenger, enjoying the sail, you would be looking down the starboard side of the boat. And on the starboard side, that's the right side. You can see the entire cockpit. There's plenty of visibility. You can tell right now because I have all the covers on the windshield, but when all that is removed, you would have a nice clear view of the forward of the boat. You'll be standing next to the captain or the helmsman, whoever is steering the boat at the time, and you can have more company on the other side of the rail. The bimini covers up to the back side, so basically my head would be out in the sun so I can look up at the sky and get a nice view of everything that's going on around me. Whether you're the skipper or the passenger, this will be a great setup for you. As you can see, all the lines are led aft. For easy handling, you don't have to leave the cockpit to do anything on this boat while sailing. Let's take a look inside. So the design of the galley on the Catalina 36 is very ergonomic. It's actually pretty nice and tidy. I'm 6 foot tall. I have about 2 or 3 inches of space above my head, so I can stand up straight comfortably. I'm not banging my head on anything. It's actually pretty cool. As you look at the countertop, this is Korean countertops with a lip all the way around to keep things from sliding out. On the back side of the galley, we have a dual refrigerator freezer. So you can set the temperature. It's actually pretty big, and it seals very nice. It's all top loading. You have a hill range 2-burner propane stove with a oven. This is gimbal, so as you open it up for the gimbal, it'll swing as you move. You have a nice butcher block top. This is great because it adds a cutting surface, and it gives you additional counter space when you're not cooking. Over on this side, we have our pantry, and it's very deep. I mean, if I put my hand, I'm now touching the bottom. So it's basically the length of my arm depth. You can use it to store food items or your pots and pans or bottles. Anything that you need for your passage will fit here. There's plenty of room. Dual stainless steel sink, and underneath there is additional storage on the inside. You have lockers throughout, so plenty of room to store your kitchen utensils, items, food, anything you need. Microwave oven. You have a shelf that you can use when you're not making way. I wouldn't suggest putting anything in here if you're sailing. But when you're at anchor, you're at a marina, you want to have your cups sitting out for ease of serving. You can pretty much set this floating shelf as you like. If I turn around, there's additional counter space, and you have a garbage can right back here. Another nice thing about this is you have storage underneath the cabinetry, so you can set plates, glasses, cups, food items underneath, and they'll stay in there. You have this big lip to keep things tucked away. The Catalina 36 doesn't have a nav station like you would see on a bigger boat where you have a seat. So typically you would either sit on this seat to kind of face sideways to look at the nav station, but the nav station does have some nice features. There's a drawer with lots of storage. There is storage underneath There's shelving below for charts or maps. You have full access to your AC DC panel, your VHF radio, your air conditioner, and your AC main breaker. So you can set pretty much anything you need here for navigation or when making way. Then it has a lip to keep everything in the surface while you're sailing. There's light as well. So at night you can turn it on and do night navigation if you need to. As we look at the salon, you can see that it's very spacious. Again, I'm 6 foot tall. I probably have about another 3-4 inches above my head. So it doesn't feel cramped. It feels pretty comfortable. You have sitting on both sides. This side, this table actually drops down and there's an additional cushion and back cushion, so it turns this into a long settee. So if you have a lot of company on board, a person can sleep here. On this side, we have the table. The table, I'm going to show you how to lift it up and put it back on the wall, but it opens up, it gets out of the way, and it opens up the space, makes it very nice. And you can also drop the table down and hook it up on 2 rails that we have underneath and add additional cushion that turns this into a nice double berth. So you can put another 2-3 people here if you have company for a nice weekend of sailing. So to get the table up, it's very simple. You unhook the table. There's 2 hooks in here. You just basically lift the table up, fold the leg, and then you can mount the table up on the base. So we take the table up. It's not very heavy, so anybody should be able to do this. You can see that the leg for the table is basically Velcro in place. It's on a piano hinge, so when you open it, just pull it out, drop it down, and then you set the table on the clips. But I'm doing the reverse. I'm putting the table away, so tuck it in. You can see the clips here where the table hooks up when you have it open, and you have the base here for the table to go in, and we're going to clip it up. So the clips go down. So I'm going to flip this over, set it on the clip side, put it on the base. There's a little hole where the pin sits and secures the table. So now the table is out of the way. You can see how much it opens the space up. So lots of room for entertaining. Okay, I'm on the head, inside of the head of the Catalina 36. And you can see that the space here starts getting a little snug for a 6 foot tall person. But it's still, this is wide. There's plenty of room to maneuver around. There's a nice bench seat. So you can sit down if you're taking your shower and you're making way, or the boat is rocky and you're showering. The shower is right here. It's part of the sink system. So you have hot and cold, and you have a manual head. Now this is a wet head. There's no way to separate the shower. There is a way to hook up a curtain to minimize how much gets wet. But let me bring inside and give you a perspective from my side. Okay, so you can see the bench seat. This door leads to the master suite. I'll show you that in a sec. You have a nice Korean countertop and with an integrated sink. If I sit on the bench, you can see my legs. You can see how much room there is around, and you have your marine head. So lots of space. There's hatches and port lights for lighting and ventilation. So it's a pretty roomy head for a 36-foot boat. I think you would be very comfortable in here. Back here we have storage. And underneath here, more storage. And more storage under the sink. But you can also start getting to your plumbing from under here. Toilet paper gets tucked away so it stays nice and dry when you're showering. So kind of nice feature on boats. So as you can see, for a 36 boat, this is a very nice head design. Plenty of room to be comfortable taking a shower or using the facilities. So it is a very practical design. Moving forward to the master suite, we have to the starboard side, nice cabinet with mirrors and deep storage behind it. Have a nice hanging locker. The berth takes all of the space, so this is going to be a front loading. You're going to have shelving space on both sides, on the back and on the side. There's fans and lights installed. Underneath the bed, you're going to have additional locker and drawers. And there's a little stool to make it easier to climb up on the bed. You have a nice big hatch up on top for lighting and ventilation. Back here, you have access to the head from the master stateroom. So on this style of forward berth, this is really more designed to sleep feet forward. So basically you get up, you turn around, and you slide in. So it's kind of a little bit different than from the bigger boats, primarily because the cabin liner and the deck slope down. So there's going to be less headroom. So there's plenty of room for your feet and plenty of room for storage. But for sleeping, you don't want to sleep under the shelf. So you would flip over so you can sleep with your head on the wide side. It gives you the visibility over through the hatch. And it puts you right next to the lights for reading or the fans for ventilation. So not a big deal. It's just a different way. My personal boat is this way. It's just you have to move a little bit more to get in and out of bed. But other than that, it's a very comfortable bed. Let me get you in so you can get the perspective. All right, so we're going to step on the stool, get on the bed. And I have all the cushions sitting here, so you basically sit down, lean to one side, and get your feet forward. So my feet are not touching. I don't know if you can see it, but they're not all the way down. You can see that I'm completely inside of the bed. I'm 6 foot tall, and it feels very comfortable. There's lots of room both ways. The reading light and the fan are both on this side, which is why you sleep feet forward. You can see the hatch. So if you're a nice cool night, you can have that open, just have a screen in it. I have, I don't know, 8 or 9 cushions here, and my arm is stretched out. So there's a lot of width. On the upper side, your feet will be closer to each other for your spouse, your companion, but your heads and your bodies will be separated because there's plenty of room on this bed for 2 people. To come out, okay, looking up, this is your view, beautiful sun, blue skies. If this was an evening, you would see the stars, the moon, and you would have your screen in there. And if you're not running the AC, you would have that hatch open. There'd be plenty of ventilation. So to get out, basically reverse the process. Just bring your legs over. You can use the little stool to get down, or you can hop out. So you can see I'm sitting and I have plenty of headroom to be comfortable getting in or out of the bed. So very nice setup. If you're like today where you have a very, very sunny day, you can close the shade and a very, very nice shady room. So let's go look at the aft stateroom. Okay, this is the entrance to the aft stateroom. Again, I still have a couple of inches above my head. I'm 6 foot tall. There's a hatch and a deadlight for lighting and ventilation in here. Now, this is part of the cockpit outside. So to get into bed, as I'm 6 foot tall, I have to watch for the cockpit seat. So as I come down, there is room, but once you get past 6 foot tall, you're going to have to watch your head coming in here. There's more room on this side. So this is still not a problem for somebody my height or maybe even a little taller. You slide your legs in and you slide down. And that gets you inside of the bed. Now, this bed is what's called outwardship, meaning is not front to back, it's side to side. So you have to come in and slide in. So there's room for more people. If you have a crew, the crew can sleep in. You can have 2 people sleep in this bed comfortably, but only one of you can go to the bathroom at a time. You both would have to get out in order to for one to get out to go to the restroom. There's a nice hatch right above your head. So it gives you lighting, gives you ventilation, and it also creates space. So even though, we're right under the cockpit sole, there's still plenty of room. It's still pretty comfortable. You can roll sideways and it still be, a nice bed to sleep on. Let me bring you inside so you can get my perspective. So to get out, roll your feet, slide out of the bed, and off you go. So if you've never done this is going to be a good experience for you. So we're coming in, sitting down. I'm sitting on the tall side, so it's easier to slide in. Get my legs. And you can see my feet are not anywhere near the bottom there. There's still more room to slide down. As you look up, you can see the hatch above your head. This is for both egress, ventilation, and lighting. As you look down inside, you can see there is plenty of room. This sits under the helm, so if you have to do maintenance, you can see the helm up here, your steering wheel and your pedestal. If you have to do maintenance underneath, this is where you would come. You would take that panel off and you can get underneath the steering system for maintenance. Now this box, you can see this latches here and a latch on that side. You can remove the box, basically take the cushion out, remove the box, and you can get to the back side of the engine for maintenance and repair, the transmission and so on. And there's another hatch back here underneath this cushion where you can get to the shaft. So as you can see, this is very comfortable, plenty of room to get a good night's sleep. And you have shelving back here, so if you keep your books or nighttime items you want to keep, you can keep them on the shelf behind you. So to get out, basically I just turn sideways, get my legs forward, slide forward, watch my head. We're out of the bed. Access to the engine compartment is actually pretty easy. This box slides out. You have 2 latches that keep it in place. The ladder just lifts straight up. The ladder rests on top of the engine box, but there's a hole on the side so you can lift this up and get it out of the way when you're doing maintenance. And that gives you complete unfeathered access to the engine. To close it, very simply, just place the box, slide it back, Strap your latches, lock them in. And you set the ladder back in on the tracks. And everything is secure in place. If you're interested in purchasing this boat, we can help you with that. Check out my contact information below. Shoot me an email or give me a call. I'll be happy to assist you. If you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit different, you want to do more offshore cruising, you're more an experienced sailor, you want bigger, we can absolutely help you with that. Subscribe to our channel, click on the link above, and that's going to take you to a playlist of a wide variety of different sizes and styles of sailboat. There is something in there for everybody. If you happen to be a power boater and you're happen to stumble on this video, we can take care of you as well. There's also a playlist on power boats available for sale. There's a wide variety in there. There's something for everybody. So with that, folks, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the water.